Welcome, everybody, to the Michael Rappaport Fan Podcast. Today, we are talking about the 2000 Spike Lee movie Bamboos. I can't even do this. Oh God! Welcome, everybody. We're back, season 2. Only murders discussed on this podcast.
Hardy
We got
Boys
Seb, Henry, our number one Michael Rappaport fan,
Of course, yes, he is. Certified number
uh,
one fan.
and we are, of course, the first episode of season 2. Wait, hold on. We got major spoilers for season 1. If you haven't watched that, well, go
Yeah, what
watch
are you
that
doing?
shit. What are you doing here? I mean, come on, man. But yes, we discussed the very fun, very funny sometimes only murders in the building with
Only
the Steve
murderer.
Martin Short, Selena Gomez, all that good stuff. Look at stuff, the murdering in the building. And this is one of the most interesting episodes. There's a lot of things going on that we'll discuss. There's a lot of details,
One way
some
to say.
things. I can tell we want to get into it already. It's like,
Oh, yes, we do.
is this episode good or is it bad? I don't know. We're gonna find out.
hmm.
But yes, we start with a monologue from Charles. He's telling us all about in New York City. It's like, if you get famous here, you can get famous here for the good, the bad. You don't want to get known for the bad things, though. Don't get known for the bad things here, all right? You don't want to be known for that. But you can make it here. And it's got this like dazzling, it's like a 1940s movie, it's kind of all great and like grand and stuff. And it's like he falls into
Fireworks out of nowhere.
it's like, okay, all right, that's cool. That part's all right. That's decent. Okay.
I
But
guess it's a callback to like the first episode, right?
yeah, a little bit.
A little
Yeah,
bit not
yeah,
the same,
he
but
has a the monologue talking about the city and everything,
yeah. So I got nervous. I was like,
and
He's like he
waiting to
actually
see
fell
if
down the
that
manhole.
begin.
All right, well, this show's done. Charles is dead. Everybody's dead. All right, well, let's go home, I guess. All right, thanks for this episode, guys.
no more Brazos.
Or Brassos.
But yes, we we can't enjoy that for too long. Because we cut to the interrogation, and you know what? It's Henry's favorite actor, Michael Rappaport.
Just, just had to rip the band-aid off. It's like just he's there, right there. First few minutes.
he's
And right on the
he's
camera, like right in your
he's right
face.
there.
Yeah, Michael Rappaport acting as Michael Rappaport
I
as a
mean, we
cop.
literally we don't
The
even get a
bad,
name. He's just a detective.
the detective.
I mean, I checked. We don't get a name. It's like,
Oh,
okay,
Maybe that's
really?
a good thing.
yeah. We don't even know that is he her superior? Who the hell is he?
Well,
Why is he
I
there?
mean,
He's just
okay,
there.
we could argue that maybe he's higher up because
I don't know.
she's acting like it at least, but
Yeah,
we
I
don't
because
know.
guess.
yeah, because this joke's landed against him, and she laughed, and he looks at her like she's like, "Oh, maybe I shouldn't laugh," and I'm like, "No, you should absolutely laugh. Like it was a good joke. Like
I guess I saw it in a way that I guess she was afraid that she would look professional laughing at the
Oh
person
yes,
interrogating's jokes.
mm,
Like that doesn't look professional. You're laughing at her
maybe that was
joke.
just ad libbing that they left in, where she was like making a joke. They were like, no, leave that in.
I don't
Just
know.
leave that in. I don't know.
But I'll say I didn't mind him in this scene, at least for this
Uh
scene.
oh.
We'll see how it goes the next
Controversy.
season. We'll see how it goes through the whole season. I didn't mind it in this one isolated
Uh
scene.
oh.
oh,
Uh,
I appreciate that he was the butt of the joke for a lot of the scene. Whereas just Selena Gomez was just like her character, Mabel, she was like dunking on him. Was like, yeah, I mean,
Hmm
give me give me my lawyer. Like, don't. I'm not gonna talk to you.
oh yeah, for sure. He's playing like the bumbling idiot cop, and even the other detective is like, "What are you doing here, buddy?" you doing? But yes, this interrogation, and we'll just call him Detective Mikey for now, since we don't know. He's going on about how he doesn't like podcasts. Well, he wouldn't like this podcast, I guess.
Nope. Well, for other reasons.
And he's like, well, there's one part that really stuck out to me though, Mabel. He comes out and he plays the clip. He's like getting the phone out, playing the clip for, you see, I have the evidence here. He's literally playing the part where Mabel's talking about her dream, and she's like Henry said, lawyer. Not even anything else. She's like, lawyer.
Yeah. You try to get me like they get the rappers for they telling themselves in the song.
I was kind of thinking that a little bit. I'm like, it feels like there's a commentary here a little bit. just a little bit. Just a little bit of how the police industry kind of abuses their power, maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit.
Or like that. But
Oh. But we cut to Charles and Oliver, they ate together separately. They're like, oh, Mabel's, that's not true. Whatever. She didn't kill Bunny, whatever, But Mabel, cut back to her. She's telling her side of the story. Well, she went to go get some champagne, and Bunny was just there, which is not a good look for Mabel, by the way.
Nope.
She was just there. And yeah, it sounded like she's more set up as this is going on. It's like, oh, she's probably getting set up here, but the cops are like, no, we don't believe you. There's like plot holes, which is like kind of funny that they say that there's holes. They don't bother to explain what the holes are, but there's holes there.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. Maybe that's a play on the plot hole of the show.
We'll see.
But Mabel and Mikey, they're like, they're arguing back and forth. They're like, yeah, whatever. And she's like, after Mikey gets this little monologue done, so you're gonna tell us anything? Fuck you, Lord. Which, wow, okay.
I mean, they kind of just dragged Michael Rapaport like, oh, you just like to say the F word a lot, don't you? Like, make it look tough.
Oh yeah, that's totally his gimmick and like shtick.
I love that they called out on that. Like, all right, good on you, show, for doing that.
Yeah.
Right on his face.
I was worried he was gonna walk out because he was like, man,
like, oh,
I wanted $1 million, not to. I thought he was gonna leave when Selena Gomez started roasting him, but he was like, damn, okay. And I guess she can't play a New Yorker, I guess. All right, whatever.
I guess you're right.
But yes, we cut to Oliver. He's like, oh no. She wouldn't dare. No. But Mikey's like, what about your story? Well, maybe maybe she can. Like the minute Rent, he acted like he was in fucking Spider-Man 2. He's like, Rent, never mind. Let's talk about something else.
You traitor.
Just sold out right away. He's like, well, I've had my doubts, about this Mabel woman. She might be capable of murder. It's like, really, dude? Come on.
She was always trouble.
I mean, she could be. She could be capable. Who knows?
Maybe. I don't know. Like, her dream was like, I was wondering when the show was going to bring that up again. I'm like, she did have a full-on dream where she said she was going to kill somebody. And the show just kind of forgot about it for the whole season. Like, whatever, leave that there.
But Michael Rapaport didn't forget.
Except for the end episode, they're like, oh, yeah, remember that dream? But Charles, he's like, well, I used to play tricks when I was on Brazos, I used to do all this. And Williams immediately is like, all right, shut the fuck up, but sit down. He's like, yes, ma'am. He turned into a bitch real quick. He's like, yes, ma'am. And he's trying to find those mirrors, those two-sided mirrors, and he can't.
It's like it's over there. Oh, I knew that.
It's just kind of a funny little play on, like the TV industry about actors don't really know what they're talking about. It's like, okay, all right, that was a cute little joke. That points for that. All right. But yes, he's like, oh yes, you're just playing mind games. You don't know what you're doing. But we go back to Mabel. They're just, Williams and Mikey. They're just like, you did it. They're doing the stereotypical cop shit. They're like, you did it. Where's the knife? Where's the darn knife? She's like, wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Excuse me?
You have a crime. You got 3 people here. 2 crimes. And you don't have a knife. You don't know where the weapon is. Maybe we're being framed. They're like, no. I mean, they ain't got nothing. They're just like, wow. What do we say to that? But they clearly they don't have any evidence against these individuals, so they're like, go on, leave. They cut to them being released, and Charles, he's like, so Williams, there, you were the one who sent us the text, and she's like, no, straight up, like, nope, I did not do that.
It was her. It was her.
No, we all know, but she's like, no, I'm gonna be humble. I didn't do it. No, I'm a police officer.
Yes, you did.
I did not do it. I do nothing wrong in this department. But yes, Oliver, he sees the gang in the newspaper and he's like, well, a clarification. Oliver is not in the picture. Charles and Abel are in the picture.
Wait a minute, too.
As he's having a hissy fit about not being accused of being a criminal, mind you. He's like, why, I say, sir, I committed a crime as well. Please. But Williams, she pulls him aside like, all right, guys, you are a person of interest. Calm the fuck down. Relax. Y'all can be charged now. Okay, all right. But if we find any evidence on you that could change at any time, we can pull you in. And they're like, hey, don't be doing your own policing. Don't go get evidence. And because we the police are actually doing work.
Are they?
Quotation marks. We will do the right thing. No, wait, that wasn't a joke, I promise.
Well,
oh, it already happened. All right, whatever.
Yeah, it's too late.
Too late. I can't take it back. She's like, all right, we're investigating, so don't do nothing, okay? Paper flip.
Of course they won't.
So no podcasts. No, Oliver, come on, stop recording me, all right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Tell your man to stop recording.
I mean, like Oliver's got his phone out, like a crime was being committed right now. He was like, "Oh, sorry."
I can see you.
Oh well.
I love how she told him. I think it was Charles. Like, hey, tell the little man to stop. I thought that was funny.
Totally, and his feelings were hurt. Martin Short's feelings were really hurt. He was like, "Oh,
like, damn.
I dare say I'm a Juilliard actor. Please, I'm not the little man."
I don't know. I can tell. I think they improved so far Willis' character because I wasn't a big fan of her last season, but this time around,
yeah,
it's nice.
Something
nice to see
changed.
again.
Yeah, something changed. I don't know, the writing or something. I don't know.
I mean, she's a good actress, so
I don't know. It's just I don't know. I thought she was like a little over the top last season, but here it's like it's perfect. So
I would maybe like to argue that they were like kind of going for the over topness in season 1, and now they're like, okay, we're established. We can give a shit a little bit here.
Nuance.
Yes.
Oh wait, we have a fan base now. We're actually getting a season 2. All right, actors, do your shit. Everybody, get the cameras out. Let's go.
They're definitely aware of the popularity.
Oh yes, now they're like, hey, we're winking at the camera now. You guys are gonna
Yeah.
get these references?
So much, but we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Oh, don't you worry. We're almost there. Don't you worry. But Williams, she's like, oh, just go get a new hobby, which is like probably the best advice she told all three of them.
Mhm.
Why don't you guys got a hobby? Come on, man.
You do.
Go live your lives. You're out of jail.
It's making podcasts.
And of course, Mabel can't help herself. Oh, like knitting? She's like, don't be a smart ass
Mabel.
lady.
Mabel, don't be a smart ass. Come on. You're doing good.
Oh
You're
my
doing good
god!
so far. Come on.
It's like don't antagonize him. Like don't
Right.
don't give her another reason to lock you up.
And the meta jokes don't stop from this point. Yes. But we cut to the gang. They're exiting the police station. Charles and Mabel, they're like, yeah. They're like two old people who haven't gotten their coffee yet. All right. We had vodka cranberries last night. Give me some coffee. I don't want to deal with y'all. Oliver, he's just like, oh yes. Hello, my people. How are you? Please take a picture. Snap away. And as that's going on, they're like, all right, we're done here. Figuratively and in the narrative, they're like, all right, let's get to the intro music. Get him out of here. Get the little thing out and get Oliver out of here. We don't care about him. We care about Brazos and this Mabel chick. We care about her.
Yeah, bloody Mabel.
We don't care about the has been, theatrical guy. Whatever. Fuck him. But the gang, they're entering the elevator and Oliver, he just couldn't help himself. Do you like your beats? And Mabel's like, what? Or what? Well, it's a callback, and it's like,
It's like there we go.
that's not how that works.
There begins. I mean, we were all thinking of that, but he had to say, oh, all right.
I'm
All
like,
right.
dude,
Like, we know.
you
It's
seem
the
to
start of
jump
another
over.
adventure.
I mean, Oliver is acting as if there's a camera there.
Almost looked at it. I don't know.
Do you like your beats? I was expecting Ryan Reynolds to pop out like, all right, come here, buddy. We're done. You're done. Get out of
You're done.
Oliver's attempting to lighten the mood. It doesn't go so. Mabel's like, all right, whatever. But Charles, he's like, so who else saw Bunny? I don't know. Nobody else, I guess. But Oliver, all of a sudden, he's very sympathetic towards Bunny. All of a sudden, he's like, poor Bunny, she's no longer with us. She's like, he's a bitch. That's not true. He don't give a shit.
No, he does not.
Like, oh yes, Bunny, I miss her. But Oliver, even he doesn't wish death upon Bunny, which is like, I think this is too deep for this show. We need to stop. But it turns out Oliver couldn't help himself again. He's recording the conversation. Oh no.
That's the problem.
Yes, he's got a knack for recording now. Mabel, she's like, you need to read the room, Oliver. You need to calm down. And Charles, he's like, well, we should do like a podcast sequel. And then they have an argument. They're like, whatever. Podcast sequels kind of suck. Whatever. Let's not do that.
Oh no, they get to the spiel like, oh, season twos, they're always.
And
a
I'm like,
risk.
I don't even think this is worth mentioning. That like kind of like,
I was
it's
like,
really
oh, really?
necessary to the plot to have like we're having a season 2, folks.
Yeah, but this time it's different because it's not a new case.
No,
It's a
but
continuation.
Charles, he's like, oh, it's a good opportunity though. Mabel's like, meh. Mabel hardcore is like, oh no, we Can't
Yeah.
do this. No, we're people of interest. We can't do this. She's just like all of a sudden all of a sudden Mabel has. I love this. Season 1 at the end. Oh yes, I love doing all this investigating. Season 2 happens. Man, I just want to
Yeah.
live life all the
Because
time.
she's seeing jail time. It's like nah, yeah,
Now
you
she's
ain't
like,
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to get into
yep,
that.
silly games.
yes. No. Oliver, he's like, well, I'm gonna get out of the elevator, guys. I'm gonna see you. But you know, I'd rather be dead than bored, which is like, what? Okay, all right, fair enough. I'm like, all right, calm down there, Martin Short. I think you're getting a little too deep for this show.
Got a point.
I'm like, don't get that deep. This is a comedy now. Calm down here. But Oliver just can't help himself. He gets back in the elevator, and he's like, oh, it is interesting that the cops don't have that knife that Bunny was stabbed with yet. Charles was like, hmm. So it wasn't just a knitting needle? Looking at you there, Mabel. He's like, all right, no, I'm guys, I'm not talking about this. Not boring things. Come on, let's go do them. Let's do brunch. Let's play chess. I'm game with that, but not this. And even Charles and Oliver, they're like, well, I guess we do play chess and go to the park and
It's
brunch.
like actually, this sounds pretty nice.
That does sound pretty nice, actually. Yeah, I was expecting it to be the end of X-Men, where they're playing chess. I'm like, let's move the chess piece.
Oh yeah.
That's a deep reference for anybody that hasn't seen X-Men. Somebody's about to be really confused. What's X-Men? You just made me feel old like them.
I don't know that.
But yes, Mabel, she goes up to her room and man, the New York police suck. They can't even take off the crime scene off the
Yeah.
door. Like, how lazy were they? We're gonna leave the tape there for you. And at first I was like, is her home not clean? Did they not like inform her?
Nope.
No, they did. They just they
Left
didn't
the
they were
tape.
just lazy.
The floor was still bloody. She had to like scrub it.
Oh
Yeah.
yes. You gotta love the New York system.
New York
It's like, what
police.
the hell? Like,
I mean, I hope they don't really do that. We'll just leave the body there. What? These guys are supposed to be helping us. Help is a strong word. We're police officers. This is fire department. Sorry about this, guys. See you later. Yes, welcome to my play, The Police Industry. And over 20 people with Blue Lives Matter flags have just entered the chat to downvote this video.
no, don't. It's okay, guys. We're holding back. So,
Don't worry.
be much
We'll be
worse.
yes, but yes, now Mabel is having flashbacks. Oh no! I'm remembering the past. We slowly see the night that Bunny was murdered. She enters the room. She's thinking it's all over. But oh no, it's the tie-dye hoodie. it's oh no, it's Bunny. Ugh, I can't remember it. Let's go back. But she closes her eyes again and she remembers everything. Oh no, Bunny's falling to the floor and she's been stabbed. Now it
Mabel's
goes back to her
bullshit.
just cleaning the floor, which is like, can't she just like be like, hey guys, you didn't clean the floor?
I know.
I feel like that's something you
Mabel's
should do.
Like the blood
Mabel's
is
full of shit.
soaking into the floor. It's like, is someone gonna replace
Mhm.
this or?
I guess they're not. They're like, hey, fuck y'all.
Even from the beginning in the interrogation, you were like, "Oh, it was all blurry. I don't remember." But she was like, "Okay, sure, Mabel,
Okay, so
sure.
she's
Well,
lying. She's
she's
like,
lying. It's a blur. I don't
there's
remember
something to
much."
it that she's lying about. Clearly, she's
Yeah.
hiding something. Doing the
Mm-hmm.
old, murder mystery spiel where like characters are going to tell you their version of the truth,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Not all of it.
Mm-mm. Not yet.
But no. Charles, he's we cut to him. He's taking all the pictures down. You would think the episode is over at this point because he's like, all right,
Right.
everything's done. We're done. We're taking it all down. He's throwing it away. He's about to throw out the bunny one, but he's like, what
Mm-hmm.
about that? Hmm.
Can't let it go.
And his phone, it's like going off. Like, what the fuck is going on? Apparently, it's Brock, whoever the fuck that is.
Right. I was trying to
My name.
remember. Like, was Brock a character in last season?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think he mentioned him once, but he's never showed up.
But he has to wait. Not only is it Brock, he has to hold for Brock. You gotta wait. I'm like, oh, okay, all right. I mean, we can assume maybe it's an agent, possibly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's who I assumed it to be.
Yeah, I think he mentioned him before, so like in
Yes.
passing.
He's like, oh, I'm gonna get work. Brazos, what?
What?
Reboot, which is like,
Reap?
aha, really now? Okay, I see. We're getting a little Kevin Smith meta about this, huh? Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yes. I guess, but we see Mabel. She's looking at the pictures. On the Instagram. She's being tagged in, all bloody, as bloody Mabel.
Wow,
She
it's a weird
scrolls.
way to show Instagram on TV. It's like I don't know.
That was weird. I was like,
Mhm.
The
you realize that
captions were super big.
I'm like, dude, 90% of these posts would be taken down by Instagram. I don't know what the fuck y'all pretending.
Mhm.
They're like, oh yes, we're gonna dude, no. No, Instagram would never allow that shit up on there. Whatever. All right.
Oh,
She's like, oh, oh shit. Like, I guess my posts are getting a lot of likes now all of a sudden. All right, well, okay, all right. And then she decides to do the worst thing you could do on Instagram. Check your DMs.
Mm.
She's like going through. I probably missed, like, maybe Marshmallow was in there or something.
yeah, a lot of DMs.
There's a lot of DMs all of a sudden. And, oh no, who's does she open? Alice.
Alice.
Now, obviously, we can take a guess from previous context that this is probably Charles's daughter. We could take a
Right?
guess,
That's what I was
obviously.
thinking.
Like, okay, it
Mm.
kind of makes sense. I mean, we're
Mhm.
not told it at any point in this episode, but context clues lead us to believe. But yes, Alice is like, oh, I just couldn't stop thinking about you. Your art. It's so great. She basically invites Mabel to this art gallery, and
Mhm.
in the most weirdest, awkward way ever. And I,
Right.
I should mention Cara Delevingne is playing Alice, by the way, which she does okay. She's not
It was
terrible.
okay.
She
Mm.
was
Yeah.
not the worst thing. I was like, okay, there's a
So
performance being put in. Uh-oh.
no,
No
I
problem.
have a question. I have a question about that. Was it to me seem like Alice was also hitting on Mabel in a
Yeah,
romantic?
I was
kinda.
thinking of that, but I didn't want to assume what like immediately like
Yeah, it's
like
like I don't want to assume, but
shipping
it, it
not
it
Maybe
felt that way.
indirectly.
yeah,
Felt
it
like
felt a
Indirectly.
little like
shipping
that.
it, but it's like it feels like she's kind of like because they kept on talking about sliding in the DM, but it's like usually when you talk about sliding in the DMs, you're talking about like trying to get at someone. So it's like
Yeah.
is she trying to like
I
no?
think she's leaving the door open for, like, well, if you're interested.
Mm,
Yeah.
Okay,
And I
but,
was like,
like, art thing too.
I was like, I can see that happen. I'm not against the idea.
I mean,
I'm
sometimes
like,
people, when they hit up people for art, they're like, well, your body is art too.
yeah, your body's a temple.
I mean, the way she was looking at her the whole
I was
time,
like,
hmm.
hmm.
Or if you're was it Sierra, it's your body's a party.
Ah, yes. Is that? I'm trying to remember. Is that the one where, like, Oh yes, this song is dedicated to Future.
Yeah, because he's on the song too. That was when they were
I
together.
remember that whole thing where like Future was like, "Oh yeah, I got with Sierra. All right, I got her pregnant. All right, I'm leaving."
Yeah.
That was an actual thing in the music industry, and I'm like, "Huh, okay. Well, she's happy with I believe it's Russell Wilson, right?
Hmm.
I get that wrong. Okay,
Yes, he's Russell Wilson.
okay. They seem happy now, so
Yeah.
all right. Well, that was a weird detour.
That's not the first on the show.
All right. Well, Oliver, he's we cut to him. He's happily elevator. He's got Winnie with him. He's going for a dog walk.
This scene.
Yeah.
Woo! Best scene of the whole show.
I'm
Yes.
kind of speechless at how bad this scene is in some ways. Dun dun dun! It's Amy Schumer, your favorite
As
comedian's
herself.
comedian.
As herself. I didn't expect that at all.
Uh,
I really did not expect her to play herself. I thought she'd be like an actual character. So the
Me
fact that
too. I was like,
she's
okay,
oh
replacing
no!
Stan,
Oh no! She's herself
just herself.
because everybody loves Amy Schumer.
It's like the
As
show knew, like she will play herself. Like who we're kidding? She's
well,
herself.
there were some weird jabs where I was like, that's kind of weird, but we'll bring that up here in a second.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Bring
was
him
like,
on. Bring him on.
really? Was it necessary to the plot to mention that, Amy? Was it really? But Oliver's like, oh, have you moved into Sting's apartment? Which is like, why did Sting move out? I feel like there's a plot hole here. Why did he move out?
Right? I
Wait,
guess he
what?
didn't like
Wait,
the whole.
I'm sorry. There were murders before, and now all of a sudden Sting is like, all right, guys, not every breath you take. I'm out
yeah.
here. I'm out.
No.
Yeah, because he was supposed to go on tour, but like I didn't think he was like leaving his like actual apartment.
I
Like
guess
like
he's
actually
just.
like
I guess he's like, fuck it. I'm out.
Yeah, this
I'm
building's
Sting,
crazy,
bitch.
man. People getting killed here. I'm
I
out.
see you, P
hurt.
Diddy, bitch. I can afford it.
But Amy Schumer got I don't know. She's so heard about this opening. Like, fuck it, I'll
I
just
guess
buy Sting's apartment.
she's like, oh
Yeah.
yes, Oliver and them, they have an exchange. It's like I do want to point out that it's very interesting that two has-beens are having a conversation.
And Oliver was so nonchalant. Like, oh, Amy Schumer, yeah, you're here.
She's like,
Like it's
really?
normal. Like, like okay.
Well, we
It
could
almost felt
argue.
like a segment of Sesame Street. Like, oh, Celebrity Guest is here. How you doing? Like, what? Like, hell.
We could argue that Oliver is very desperate for attention, so maybe
Yeah.
that's why he's like, "Oh well, Amy Schumer's very famous, so maybe she can help me out with
Mhm.
whatever whatever like clout she has." There's like a really crappy joke about police. I'm not gonna even mention that.
Oh God,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
that.
quote it. It's whatever. And, we move on, and Amy's like, "Are you Oliver Putnam? Well, that depends. Are you suing me or not?"
That's a good
Yeah.
question. That is a very
Right.
good question.
And,
It
and
is.
this leads to a joke that I'm more confused about, if anything, that I didn't laugh. I'm just more like, was that necessary?
Yeah.
Well, only when it's Judd Apatow. I'm like, really now?
Yeah.
You're gonna you're gonna mention Trainwreck without mentioning Trainwreck, really? Huh.
It was awkward.
Probably the best movie you ever acted in and best scripted movie. Oh no, but no. Let's make fun of Judd Apatow all of a sudden. I know he's an easy target right now
Yeah,
because of
it was
that bubble
awkward.
movie.
Oh
I highly doubt that's what the joke was for, because I'm like,
no,
well, this just happened to line up that Judd Apatow has a new movie, I guess, and conveniently Amy Schumer can make a joke at his expense.
it was weird.
Uh, it was very awkward. I was like, really? This made the cut of the episode?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. As she's like breaking the fourth wall, Judd Apatow.
Yeah,
As
I
if like
think.
Judd, as if Judd is gonna like express his like, I'm sorry, Amy. You're a comedy legend. I'm really sorry.
As if
Sense
some
of ad
people know
libbing.
who Judd Judd Apatow is. The new generation
Right?
knows his wife more than they know who he is. Like,
They're gonna be very. A lot of people are gonna be confused in this. Like, guys, go watch The King of Staten Island. Go, you know what? Go watch the old shit too. Like, I'm trying to think. Like, yeah, he had like producer works like on 40-year-old version and shit like that and stuff like that. All that like risque comedy from the 2000s. Go watch that
mhm.
shit, guys. Go do that. His new stuff, I don't know about that.
Long.
I don't even know what he's done recently. I
I
haven't.
mean, The King of Staten Island was pretty good with Pete
Oh.
Davidson, but
It's like, wow.
I I've not heard of, but I've heard of this new Netflix movie, but it's really bad apparently. Like it's really
Mm.
generic. But it turns out Amy is a fan of the podcast. Like, was never really into murder, but now I am. They make me feel cozy. These podcasts, which I was like, very convenient of the white woman to claim that murder makes her cozy. Like, okay, you know what? There's almost a joke here that could be made about how white women adore murder podcasts and murder documentaries. There's almost a joke,
Yes.
but even Amy Schumer can't even pull this joke off. She
No.
almost has a joke here, but just can't do it.
Nope.
She's like, "Well, I love your podcast. It's so raw, and I'm not afraid of bombing anymore," which is like
What?
that's my reaction. I'm like, okay, all right. And you even waste people's time. Really? Really?
At least she did make fun of herself at one point, so I was about that.
Even Oliver doesn't know what to say.
So good.
Like, what do I
It's,
say? I don't know. Okay. But Amy's like, so when's season 2 coming out? That's a bit tough. We're in the middle of something. But people keep dying, so maybe. So I'm like,
So
Oliver,
season 2 came out. All right, whatever.
bro,
We're watching.
you might go to jail.
God. But as Amy's about to leave the elevator, she's like, you should really sell me the rights to your podcast, and so I get a big chunk of it. She's like, okay. Almost a good attempt at a joke here about capitalism, but you just couldn't do it correct, could you, Amy?
Yeah, and her joke of like, let's make it an 8 to 10 episode series. I'm like,
Yeah, that was kind of lame. Okay.
It's another meta
really?
moment.
That's very meta.
If somebody else with actual acting experience had said that joke, maybe I would have laughed. But the fact
I
that
don't
it's
know.
being read as if it's a line, I'm like, come on.
I don't care who would have said it. I still would have been like, really?
It's like,
That's
no,
that?
who wrote this?
I
Get the
expect her to
word
go
out.
line,
No.
Wink, wink.
line. What? What? No,
Come
the
back
line is
for a
what?
better
Oh,
script.
what? Okay. But we cut to Charles. He's in a meeting. He's telling all these acting stories, and talking about Betty White even, which is like
Yeah.
a little
Oh,
too
all
soon
right.
here, my friend. A little too soon. I
It
don't know
is.
if I like this
That was
joke you're
cool.
going with, Steve.
It was a pleasant little.
No, it's in good taste. It's not in bad
Yeah.
taste. But he's like, oh yes, this reboot. And we always needed a reboot of Brazos. And they're like, oh yes, we needed a reboot of Brazos. And
Who's clamoring for that?
to Steve Martin's credit, he does this. He sells this really good joke. I was really wondering, like, where all the cop shows go at. The people at the meeting are like, all right, who's gonna tell
Um,
him? uh,
that's a loaded question, sir.
they move on though. They're like, it's been picked up for 18 episodes at CBS, which is like,
That's
okay,
normal.
fair enough. This scene
Yeah.
actually is a little grounded. That this is
Mm-hmm.
like somewhat serious because like
Mhm.
he's in a
Mhm.
meeting and like they're like, well, we've been meaning to tell you though, there's some changes. Oh, that's fine. I don't care what the changes are. So it's gonna be a female lead, huh? Say what?
Mhm.
And your Uncle Brazos, huh? This is starting to sound. This is starting to sound like it's gonna be Brazzers, not Brazos.
So he was just like, "Oh, it's starring by I can't remember what the actress name was." He was like, "Oh
Right.
yeah, I love her." It's like, "Yeah, she's the lead. You're gonna be Uncle Brazos." It's
Uncle
like,
Brazos.
it's
Just
like
like,
what?
huh?
Right.
What?
Well, you see, we thought you were dead, so we greenlit it with her, and I'm like, all right, fair enough. This is an okay joke, but like, bro, come on, that's a low ball.
I like
Right.
how they said that he was gonna be her uncle by marriage. Just to specify that because she's black and he's not. So it's like
Right.
by
I think they
marriage.
also said like, oh,
Just
it could be by marriage or it could be like, her mom's
you
friend is
Yeah, this is
going
where it's
through.
getting weird for me. Is like, you see, you're not related, so there could be the possibility of you hooking up. Just like, whoa there, calm down there, my friend. That's a
it's like
little
you said, it's
too weird.
Brazos, not Brazos, not
Not.
Brazos.
No, no, it's Brazos, not Brazzers. No.
I was wondering, like, is this reboot going to be in the same universe as the old show? Like, is he the old actual Brazos, or he's just like
I guess
made up
we
character?
don't know yet. I don't know. We'll
And I
find out.
wonder who's gonna play her because they didn't show her face strategically. They did
Mm.
not show her face. I'm like, who's gonna be the big cameo? I don't know.
And does that mean the stunt double's gonna come back? His stunt
You
double?
know, I
I hope
really
not.
think that they'll get a respectable actress like Tiffany Haddish to play her.
You think it's gonna be her? It didn't look
Probably
like
not.
her.
Probably not.
It
If
didn't look
if
like
Yeah.
I'm
her.
predicting this correctly, I swear to God,
I was like, I don't. It was like,
somebody slap me.
It was like they're covering her face. Like, who's that celebrity cameo gonna be? I
Yeah,
wonder.
that hasn't been announced yet, so maybe.
Surprise.
Judging from like the poster, it was like like a brown to darker skinned woman, and she had like big like natural hair. I don't know, it was like an
Mm-hmm.
afro, but it was like big natural hair.
So I was
So
like, Well, they didn't show her face. So I'm like,
maybe they do a Cosby show, and she ended up being a light skinned. Even though it's like you showed a darker woman in an
I'm.
episode.
Oh no, I'm getting flashbacks to Fresh Prince when they changed them.
My Wife and Kids, or what's another one?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
There's something different about you, Aunt Viv.
Fair.
I was like, okay, that's kind of funny. That's an actually decently funny joke. Oh man. But we cut back to Mabel. She's there at the art gallery, and everybody's like, oh, look at her. They're like, oh, they're all shocked. Like, oh, Mabel's there. Man, they're all just being rude there. They're like taking pictures. Like, I'm like, yeah, this is society, isn't it? Too afraid to talk to people, but let's gladly take a picture of them.
yeah.
But some dude walks up, and I watched the scene like 5 times. I had to have subtitles because it was so fast. I was like, what is this dude saying? I can't hear the dialogue that's being said. He's like, oh, yeah, you're Bloody Mabel. Like, I'm this dude. I assume it's some art guy who's like trying to get attention or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, can I take a picture? And Alice is like, hey, get the fuck out of here.
She's my woman.
Be
Get out of here,
gone.
you riffraff. Get out of here.
She's mine.
It was almost like that. She was like, no, she's my hot girlfriend
She's my bloody Mabel.
now. You could say Bloody Mabel wants a Bloody Mary.
Oh.
I'm sorry, we were all thinking the joke. I had to say it.
Yeah.
Yes, but Mabel, she's like, oh well, I'm glad you're not a catfish at least. Was I? Me? Oh, and Alice is kind of like, oh, really? Me a catfish? I'm like, I feel like they're playing into the idea of, well, I know she's with a dude, but maybe she can maybe if this
Yeah.
thing doesn't work with this guy, she can get with this guy. I don't know. You never
Yeah,
know.
Where was that? Where's Oscar, by the
Yeah,
way?
where's
Yeah,
Side
yeah,
Eye Guy?
that's a plot hole. Where the fuck is Oscar, by the way?
Where's Oscar? Is he back in the season? Was he not coming back?
I guess not as of right now. Yeah, where did
And they
he go?
didn't mention him whatsoever.
Yeah, he's just like poof.
I
He's
guess
You
gone.
got
they're
the
like,
tie-dye jacket though. It's
all
there.
right, well, season 1 is over. I'm out. I only signed one contract for this season. All right,
Right. I got the new job and I'm done.
Yeah,
that's right. Because like, where did he go
because they were
at
in
the end
good
of the season?
terms
Yeah,
of
it's
the end of
Yeah,
last season.
they're good. He got a new job. Everything's looking up for him.
And
And he's
timeline wise, this is literally like the
gone.
next day.
Yeah.
so I'm kind of wondering then. I'm like, does he maybe have something to do with it then? Because he's just kind of MIA, and
he,
Mabel doesn't bring it up
yeah.
at all.
Mabel doesn't bring
Mind
him
you.
up. No one brings him up. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know, but I'm looking online and it's only showing him for the first season,
Oh,
which I don't
yikes.
I don't
Yikes.
I don't understand.
R.I.P. Oscar, man.
Right.
I liked you for a little bit.
Or
Arms of an angel in the arms. That is a deep reference. Somebody's going to be confused.
How you come back, Oscar?
Oh, wait a minute. YouTube, don't copyright strike me. Hold on. Don't take this video down. All right.
No.
Cuts to a painting of Frida. And Mabel's like, when I was young, I had this jigsaw puzzle of Frida. Had like over 1,000 pieces. It took me like 4 years, which is like, or till I was 4. Sorry, not 4 years. I'm like, whoa, Mabel, hold on. No, she says like, oh, it took me till I was 4. I'm like, I mean, okay, it's a nice story, but like, does it really take that long to have a puzzle?
Yeah. I was like, nice
Ew.
story.
Okay. But I got the importance of the scene is like, okay, all right. It's supposed to like kind of give us Mabel talking a little bit to Alice, like, this is like, what happened to me when I was like growing up a little bit and, had the same flower. So it took me till I was 5, all that stuff. And Alice is like, Alice is just in another world. I don't know where she is.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
not saying nothing. It's like,
It's like good story. All right, let's talk about me.
yeah.
she's like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, but what can you do for me though?
Right.
She's like, oh, that's compelling. Anyways, would you like to join my cult?
Yeah, right. It what it looked like it was gonna be.
At this point, it's like, would you like to join my cult? But Mabel's like, so like, you don't know anything about me though. Well, I know 4 things. Some people call you Bloody Mabel. You like art. That's a dress. Oh, well, I want it as well. You did a Frida puzzle as a child, and that's it. That's literally all I know about you. As I awkwardly flip the page. Now, what do you know about me? Well, I mean, you like sliding into people's DMs, and you apparently like my aunt's dress here, because that's where
Yep.
it's from. Which I'm like, the dress wasn't that bad. I'm like, the dress wasn't that bad, Mabel. Calm down here. Don't
Yeah,
roast
I'm
The
like,
yourself
dress
that
looked
bad.
good. I like the dress.
yeah, I didn't see a problem, but what do I know?
But it's like, oh no. What go on? But Alice is like, no, I'd like to recruit you for my cult on Thursday. We talk about Jesus Christ on Wednesday, and then we praise our Lord and Savior Donald Trump, and then we go to a Proud Boys rally. All right, that's serious. And she's like, "Oh, you're not any old broad, we want to recruit Mabel. Uh, where's the pamphlets though? I need a pamphlet. Oh well, by the way, Alice just ignores that and just starts going like, "Oh well, you know what I see. You know what you and her have in common. You know, well, Frida, she had a MFA, a Master's of Fine Arts. She explains it. She's like, oh yes, it's all educated and stuff. But she didn't even have 2 working legs. But she did have a natural talent and everybody's attention. Seem familiar? As they pan across the room and everybody's looking at Mabel and taking pictures. And
Nah.
Mabel's like, All right, maybe I'll join your group, but I'm gonna have to ask you to say it's not a cult. Alice doesn't say a word, by the way.
He's like,
Nope.
okay.
Either, all right, cool.
It's like, are you gonna
You
answer
have
what
to
I
say it's
say?
not a cult.
Look, I say no such thing. I plead the fifth. But we cut back to Charles. He's like, "Oh shit, my phone. What's going on over here?" Oh, yeah. Oh, what? Oh, wait, what? Oh, okay. He puts on a little podcast instead. And he's like, "All right, let's see what this little Cindy Canning podcast is all about, you know." And Cindy's kind of talking some shit, about this only murderers in the building. By the way, for legal reasons, we added an S. You see, and Cindy's apparently creeping up on Charles so much that when he's in bed, she's there too, and she knows everything about you.
I actually like that camera trick. That was really nice.
That
And
was cool.
and the other one they do when he's like listening to her. I just thought that was like a really neat way to
Oh
like
yeah, that's
to show that.
a fun.
Great scene, great scene.
Mhm.
She's just like letting out all Charles's dirty laundry, like, oh, his father was in and out of prison, and oh, he's an ex-husband, and he's like, how do you know all of this about me? I'm Cindy Canning, bitch. It's like,
You're
"Ugh,
right.
I'm scared of Tina Fey now. Oh God. But we cut to Mabel. She's listening to the podcast too. Apparently, she's like, "Oh yes, I'm Bloody Mabel. Oh great, all right. Apparently, I'm a freeloader. Apparently, I was involved in 3 murders in the building, which is like, I like how she's accusing her of a crime, but she doesn't have any proof to back it up. But all right.
Mm-hmm.
But the camera, goes back up, to show Cindy and Poppy all knitting, judging Mabel, which is it's like a good scene. It's like, I guess,
That was
bitch,
fun.
we're judging you.
Yeah. Did they like do some CG thing?
I wonder, yeah, if they did it like a CG thing because
It almost looked like it.
Because I'm like, they look way too similar. Like,
Right? Like the lady who's on the left, was she the last season? 'Cause I don't remember seeing her. I know the one
they
on the right is
were
her
all
sister.
there. I think so. Yeah, when they like go into the office, I believe so.
Oh, yeah. I think she's like the secretary or something like that.
Something
Or
like
receptionist.
that. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
like her
Because
assistant or something.
Because I
there's
know
a
the one
part.
that's right, or like her
Yeah, there's a
assistant.
part where like there's like multiple people going in and out of the office when they're like getting interviewed by Cinda, and like she's like,
That's
"Oh
right.
yes." There's 3 of them. It's
I
really
think
a
there's
quick
the
scene.
like.
If you don't
Oh, that's
like,
right. Yeah, okay, I remember that. I remember now.
and I even had to look it up. I'm like, oh, that's that one's name. Okay, all right. Well, I forgot that was her name. And even there's like a joke about it, like, oh, her name's not important. Whatever, fuck her.
Yeah, right. Shouldn't even say anything.
But yes, Mabel, she gets all defensive. She's like, well, whatever you think you know about me, it's not true. It's not the whole story. Sweetheart, your crime is showing. And Poppy's over here like trying to make a joke. Cinda's like, no, sit down.
Yeah. So
I
We
didn't
don't
tell
need
you,
no stand jokes. But
didn't ask you to talk.
yeah.
yeah, but we got over to Oliver. He's of course listening to the podcast. And hell yes, Oliver. He's a theatrical director who almost killed 12 people, which is a miracle, by the way. His last Broadway play left 12 people going splat instead of splashing. Yes, I wrote that down.
Pun.
Yes. But he always hated Bunny because he couldn't pay rent, which I'm like, the amount of times you mentioned this, I think I'm in Spider-Man 2 now. I'm expecting the actor to come out and go, rent? Peter, where's my rent?
Where's my rent? I'm gonna
Where's my
send in
rent?
my daughter.
So sad that wasn't in the new
Some
Spider-Man
cookies.
movie.
Here's some cookies. Where's my rent?
Where was that fan service in Spider-Man 2? Come on, man. Charles and Oliver, they both immediately go to Mabel's and yep. We all listened to it. Y'all heard it. We heard the podcast, and Charles, he can't believe that I'm being investigated against. And in real time. Come on, Oliver, calm down. And Oliver suggests that they need to invent, they invented that podcast form of real time. It's like, well, not really. No, that's no, not really.
No.
But we need to copyright that, and I'm like, sit down there, old man. We can't do that.
Yeah.
But Mabel, she's like, oh, but she didn't even know what happened on the night that Bunny was murdered. Well, Mabel, what did happen? Well, you see, it was it's kind of a blur, and the only thing I can remember is Bunny saying the number 14, which was like,
Yeah.
what is this, The
Yeah.
Sixth Sense? What?
Yeah, like
I
14
see dead
killers.
people.
It's like, what is going on?
Yeah, 14 killers,
Like,
14
what is
escapes.
14? Is that how? I don't know. 14, I guess they're all like 14. All right, whatever.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Yeah, but Oliver, he's like, yes, we need to go full Ollie Mabel. And Mabel and Charles both go like, "Huh? What's that?" Oh, you see, that's a ship name, which I'm like,
Yeah. Ship
so we're
name.
doing this now. Okay. All right, we're getting even more meta, I see. And
Mhm.
Oliver, well, what's a ship name? Well, you see, your ship name is silent there, buddy. Sorry to say that, but it is. It's like, okay, all right. Do we need a ship? Okay, all right. We need a shipping, huh? But Oliver, he's hell bent on getting this case. He's like, we need to break into Bunny's place, and Marble, Mabel and Charles. I've said the name so much, I'm like Marble, Line,
It's Maple.
Mabel and Charles. They're like, what? Huh? What are we doing? Oh well, we need to go find clues. But also, I did also leave a note that was in poor taste to Bunny about that. So
Death threat.
we gotta go get
I was
that
like,
too,
come
which is
on.
like,
It's like, come on, man.
Like Oliver, man.
eh,
Not a good look.
oh no, all right, whatever. But Charles, he's all excited. He's like, man, Brazos is being rebooted though. Oh, that's nice. But Uncle Brazos. Oh, sorry about that, buddy. Oh, but it's gonna be legit this time. No, people doing drugs yelling at me. Which is like, what kind of network was this on? What kind of
The
network
80s, man.
on, dude? All right, this is Rock Cop, so we're all gonna sing along and look it up. Cop Rock, Rock Cop. I don't know whichever fucking one it is, but
It's
it's
real.
one or the other. A musical about cops because that has to be a thing.
That's all you
And
need to know.
the only reason I know about that show is because fuck you, John Oliver. For I'm gonna explain the joke because fuck it, whatever. Okay, there's literally a scene in the show where these two cops or two like no, sorry, I'm getting the scene wrong. So these two like people who want to have a kid so badly decide to go and try black market buying a child. And not only does this man proceed to explain to them how he's going to steal a child, he has to sing about it.
What?
You can look it
What?
up. This is a real thing.
Wow. The
I can't
80s,
remember the
man.
lyrics, but he's basically
Well, I mean, it's like, hey, like the child's more likely to come with me if I sing, you know.
Right?
It's
it
like,
almost gets that creepy because he's like, I'm a kid by.
it's gonna be the real life Pied Piper.
I mean, I was expecting R. Kelly to come out and frame at that point.
Ooh.
I wasn't
I
gonna say it. I was thinking it. I wasn't gonna say it.
was like, where's
Aw.
R. Kelly?
Well,
Aw.
Uh,
well, if it's R. Kelly, it's only gonna be a woman. So
oh, oh, oh. I mean,
you
yeah,
want
but they got to be certain digits though. So anything under the age of Millie Bobby Brown is acceptable. So but Oliver he then asks Mabel, "Don't you want to clear your name?" Hmm, maybe. Hmm. Well, don't you want your whole life not to be defined by this? Walking around about, with blood on the floor. Don't you want to be an artist? Yeah, I guess I do. I do want to possibly be that. And she's like, but I guess my name would make me. What the hell's going on over there in the vent? What's going on over there? Before they can even say anything, they hear Bunny's voice saying "fuck off"
to.
over and
Yeah.
over and over and over and over. They're all like, "The shit."
Left me confused. I was like, what
It's
the
like
hell is
what
going
the
on?
back in the day, this
So
Was
ghost.
it
they go
lost?
over to the vent and they're like, "Ah, well, I guess Bunny's talking to us from the grave. I guess this is how we're gonna get into her place."
She's not dead. She's not really dead.
So then, yeah, awkwardly, Oliver, comically falls out of the vent. Of course, he's gonna like,
Mm.
oh yes, dramatically fall out of the vent.
Of course.
Can't help it. He can't help himself though. He's like, you know, back in 2005 when I worked with The Rock on that play of Doom, and Mabel for once is like, all right, I've heard enough. Shut the fuck up. Even Charles is joining in, like, all right, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like please shut him up.
Mabel and Oliver, they slowly walk over. They're like, ah, get out! And Bunny's bird is telling them, and they're like, I just want to point out it's kind of ridiculous that this bird has her exact tone.
Thank you. Thank
I did
you.
not understand that. I was kind
That
of
was
like, what?
silly as hell, man. Her same voice, everything. Like what? One thing is to repeat something that she said, but to sound exactly like her, I was like,
I did
it's too
think that was a
much.
little jarring that they were like, they acknowledged that the bird was like old, but I'm like, that doesn't mean that the bird can talk exactly like that person.
No, I was
That's
waiting for
not.
Mabel to say a joke about her. Like what? She sounds just like her, but nobody said anything. They took it seriously. Okay, that's
They're all
ridiculous.
like, oh yeah, this bird's old, and like, she was, this yellow, as Charles is getting all educated, yellow-headed Amazon, which I didn't bother to look up if it really was.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like whatever.
I just took his word for it.
He's like, oh
Yeah, but
yes,
You seem like an authority on birds.
this bird, Mrs. Gambino. Yeah, yes, yes, this bird. But Oliver, he's like, all right. So now that I got you all here, I gotta find the death threats I gave towards Bunny. You did what now? Oh, I left some incriminating messages for her on her doorstep. So they're all like, all right, let's look around for it. Where the fuck is it? Before they can even finish doing their investigating. Uh-oh. It's Uma and Howard. All right, so
what's
we're looking
that?
for that painting, which is like, okay, yeah, that's right. There's people who live here. I almost forget that. Yeah, people live in this house. But yes, they're like, the naked man in the painting. That's worth some money, Let's go find that. I do want to say this is a really dumb scene because they're like running away like. I mean, they figuratively and literally hide in the closet. All right, let's get in the closet. Let's hide in there. And then Uma, she opens the door. And mind you, Howard is confused that he joins in, but he's like, "What?"
I'm gonna
Yeah, he
scream
looked so
too.
confused. Yeah, he was screaming. He had no idea what he was screaming about. He was like, "I'll just scream too!" Ah!
That's probably the funniest thing about this whole episode is like, "What? What am I screaming about exactly?"
Right?
The naked man's not there. And Uma immediately decides to check the closet. Is like, it's interesting that she conveniently only looks not this
Right?
way. Just
Nope.
that's it.
Right?
Not to the right.
I don't
Just
see nothing.
I'm like, okay, all right, whatever, all right. But they're all like leaving in a fit and rage of, we couldn't find our painting. But Mabel's like, so pulling some Scooby Doo shit here, by the way.
Oh,
Guys, I found the secret elevator. Like,
what?
Jinkies.
I'm like,
Oh,
wait a
secret
minute,
elevator.
wait a minute. What? So you're telling me Bunny had a secret closet elevator installed?
Yeah,
Okay.
not only that, we heard from Harold. Apparently, Bunny was a fucking freak. That's were his words. She was a fucking
Mm-hmm.
freak.
Apparently she was a fucking freak though. I was like,
She liked porny stuff. Porny.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
oh, oh. So
Coined by
she
Uma.
would like Brazos.com.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She probably want to see that. Like, well, apparently she did go to
Well, I
Brazos.
mean,
You see,
I mean, really, to be
she
honest
liked
with
the
you,
Brazos.
we're really not that off in terms of
Yeah, she liked the
Brazos.
Brazos.
Brazos. But Oliver's like, well, let's go to hell. I guess. We're gonna go to this elevator and they ascend to their doom. Can I go grab a coat though first? It's kind of cold in here. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like,
thought they were
wait,
gonna
what?
cover the
It's like, why are you
entrance, but
stealing
nah.
stuff from her apartment? Like you're accused of murdering her. Like, why are
Right?
we stealing stuff from her apartment?
Don't do that. That's not a good idea. But oh no, we need a good joke, so let's just keep it going, I guess. They're going in the elevator. They're like, I guess somebody stole that painting. Yeah, I guess they did. But Oliver, he's too curious. He's like, I wonder what the porn aspect of it is, though. I'm very curious. What's the porn aspect of it? And even Charles is disgusted for Mabel. Like, yeah,
Right.
yeah.
The front nudity.
But they get to the secret roof. It's like, oh, hmm, okay. They're not even making a big deal of it. They're like, oh, okay. I guess there's a secret entrance here now. That's weird. But Oliver suggests that Bunny had a lot going on. Charles, he's like, we have a good clue. The painting, or sorry, we find the painting, we find the killer. Wait, can I come back and record that? Come back here.
Always the producer.
Yeah, he's just trying to get that line out of him, though. He's like, come on, come here. Come here. I mean, I was expecting him to have a fishing rod. Like, come here, fishy. Give me the line. Give me that line again. But he doesn't want to do that. Mabel's like, you know, I agreed to check the place, but we're not doing a podcast episode. It's not happening. Not doing it. But she's telling our stories, India. So like, you gonna let her boss you around? And oh, Charles is like, she's making us out to be a killer. You want to be made out to be a killer too, Mabel? Why you guys got to put me on the fence? Come on. What the fuck, dude? But Charles, he's like, I still got that murder board. I have it. I got it. I got that murder board. Oliver's like, I got that boom mic. Well, I don't really got the boom mic. I returned it, but I can go get it. He didn't have any money, but
I can get it back.
This is like the most 80s shit ever that they do, by the way, in this scene. They walk up to the fountain. They put their hands out,
Oh yeah.
suggesting they're in. And I'm like, all right. I was expecting Stranger Things theme to play while we were watching that. But Charles, he walks up to a microphone. The podcast, it's back on. Charles goes in to tell them about the stories about New York becoming the talk of the town. Goes on to say, oh, you can make a name for yourself. The most sparkling place on earth. But wait, there's more. Technical difficulties, folks. Oliver, he joins in. And he's like, yes. We were warned not to speak out. Speak their truth and their stories. What's this? Mabel jumps in. Tells us they will not go quietly. Yes.
Hell
This
yeah.
is a great episode. All right. I'll see you later.
The hell yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know I was still in frame.
But wait, there's more.
Editor, I need you to edit that out. Yes. Well, we cut to Charles with a bag of groceries exiting the elevator like, yeah, da, da, da. What's that? My door? What? Before we can even find out, though, Oliver, he's reading some notes. Reading that note he gave to Bunny. Dear Bunny, you're dead to me.
You're dead to me.
You're dead to me.
Much Oliver. Okay, Oliver. Thanks for exaggerating the semantics of your note a little bit. Yes, but Oliver, he opens up another card. Bunny Folger. I want that painting, Wage. You want that painting, huh?
Who would that be?
But Oliver, he's shocked what he's reading, but before he can fully process it, he gets a text from Charles. Come here right away. We cut to Mabel looking at the place where Bunny died. Bunny's death keeps replaying in her head. But this time, she remembers what Bunny said. Savage. Okay. It's nice to know that maybe Charles had something to do with it. Oh, wait. Yeah.
Is it him?
Charles then, gets a text. Oh, wait, no. She gets a text from Charles. Come here right away, please. But Mabel and Oliver, they rush right away to Charles's place. The painting is on Charles's wall. Mabel asks if that's him in the painting. No.
Look the other way.
My father.
Dun dun.
Dun.
So many questions.
So many questions. Like, how did Bunny's bird learn to talk like her?
It's like, why does she have a pointy painting of Charles' father with some woman? I don't know if that's his mother or someone else, but it's just like,
Or is that woman Bunny? Is that woman Bunny? Like a young Bunny?
I mean, we don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe Bunny did look like that at some point. I do think it's interesting that also the thing that's centered around that also is centered around Mabel. Maybe Alice has something to do with it. I don't know.
Oh.
Yeah, because she is a connoisseur of art.
Oh yes, she's like, maybe I'll like to steer Mabel away with my romance, and we'll have a repeat of season 1. And I swear to God, if I'm calling this right now,
And if Alice is Charles' daughter, then this whole Savage family is fucking crazy. Yeah, but that's what it
Yeah.
looks like to me. What was going on in here? Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, did we not?
Many
I don't think.
questions.
Did we learn anything about his father? Maybe
No.
he mentioned it briefly in
Mm-mm.
season
Well,
one.
he did mention that one story, that line from the show, but it was
Yeah.
technically not
Oh yeah.
real.
But he said that it
So
was like based on some type of truth, but we
apparently,
don't. But yeah, we don't know that for sure if he's
We
doing
never
it or
so
know.
not. So
this is
We never
new
know.
information from this
Mhm.
family, which we did not know before.
But I mean,
So I have no idea. Now I'm like super confused. Like I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm loving it. No
I don't
Bob
idea.
know.
says his father's trash. So we'll see.
All I know is I'm very excited for more Michael Rappaport, the
Oh,
Michael Rappaport fan
cannot
podcast.
wait. Cannot wait.
I can't wait. I can't wait. I mean, his acting was so immaculate. The way that he was interviewing Selena Gomez in the scene was just loved it. It was very New York.
You should
I
get a
really
SAG award
respected
for
it.
that. An Emmy. You should get an
Oh
Emmy.
my god. Michael Rappaport, the best actor to accuse people of crimes. Oh wait a minute, hold on, we're getting too real. Hold on, sorry.
Hey, maybe you'll have a definitive scene in this season where he's gonna act as an asshole.
Oh, he can act. I know he can. It's just
Maybe he'll be like, "No, damn it, Charles is innocent."
I don't know what to think about his acting here. Like he's just playing himself.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
playing himself so
he's playing
far.
himself.
That's all he's doing. Like, okay.
I expected him to pull his phone out and start roasting her or something. I'm like,
Yeah.
hey
I
guys,
mean,
Michael Rappaport here.
Mhm.
I got Selena
maybe,
Gomez on set.
maybe they'll make a joke about that. Maybe later on.
I
I'm
swear
not
if they
sure.
do that, that would be like it might be a little
I
too
mean,
meta.
so far the show has just been meta this episode, which I hope this season does not keep
It was
repeating that.
super meta. It was
It was
like,
too much.
You see, Jimmy Fallon has a
Oh, so
keyboard
far
right
he's
behind
stayed
you.
away.
All right, I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna make it more meta. Writing all
Stayed
this down.
away.
Seb hates this about the show.
Yeah, because I mean, I enjoyed this episode. The middle stuff was not, I was not into it, because it felt like the show was aware, like, oh, we're popular and we know it. We're
Mhm.
gonna bring all these celebrities back to back, like Amy Schumer, then we got Tina Fey, and then we got I don't know Michael Rappaport, and like, okay, it's like they're flexing their budget now.
If
Like,
you
oh, we
want to
got all
call
these
Michael
people.
Rappaport famous, I guess.
Yeah, I was like Cara Delevingne. It's like we got all these new celebrities, and I'm sure next episode we're gonna see more celebrities. And I'm like, all right, they're kind of flexing out their budget, and I don't know. So it kind of this episode felt a little
Little
not
much.
as authentic as last season, because last season it felt like they're trying to make it a story, like make it intriguing. So far, this episode felt like, all right, we're popular, we know it. We're gonna make all these references, we're gonna make all these meta jokes, and we know you're already in for the show. We don't have to put a lot of effort. You're in already. So it kind of
Oh
felt like
yes,
that
you know
sometimes.
you're here. Yeah.
But by the
But
end, it kind of grabbed me again with the mystery. I was like, oh shit, like what's gonna happen here? Oh crap, I don't know. Is Brazos the reboot gonna be good? Well, the
Yeah, that's what I
mystery.
want.
I'm curious about that. If anything, like what's that going to be like?
What's that
Yeah.
gonna feel like? That's what I hope. I hope they do make some scenes of him trying to make the reboot. That sounds
Yeah,
hilarious.
I hope so too.
I
I think.
was kind of getting the impression I'm like they're almost gonna have to do that because there's too much attention on him now. Or
Yeah.
they could like ignore that. There's no
No.
way they could just not do it.
No, they
Yeah,
gotta have to do it. If
because what
Bron's
I
already.
from what I've noticed, like it sounds like they're setting up like the subplots of like, of course, not just them um figuring out like who killed Bunny, but also just like they're trying to move on in terms of
Hmm.
the Brazos, in terms of Mabel with the art thing, and then Oliver with trying to whore out the podcast and make money off of it. Amy Schumer, so like they all kind of have
From
separate
8 to 10
things
episodes.
going
Right?
on.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Apparently Amy Schumer's coming back, right? 'Cause they set it up like she's coming
Well,
back.
Yeah,
well,
she got to get her money.
well.
Yeah.
All good things must come to an end, I suppose.
Because like she was the least favorite part of this whole episode. And I'm like, Jesus, get her out, please, get her out. I did
Yeah,
like that one joke that she made about herself, like, oh, back in my days at stand up, well, at one day because I didn't last too long. I was like, all right, that's kind of funny. I was like, okay.
I almost feel like maybe I feel like the show was kind of indirectly making fun of her, and I don't know if I want to give the showrunners enough credit for this. But
I don't
the fact that like Martin Short didn't even react, I'm like, is it
know.
supposed to be a joke about how she's not funny? Is that the
Yeah, Martin
joke?
Short looked confused in that scene. He was like, is this part of the show or what are we doing here?
Especially with the Judd Apatow comment, I'm like,
Yeah, right.
I guarantee that wasn't scripted because even he was
Oh
like,
no.
It's like they didn't tell him who he was acting with in that scene, and she just
Right.
shows up, and it's just like Amy Schumer.
It's like, hey, be
It's
sure.
special, like you said, special episode. Oh, it's Amy Schumer.
It's a
Audience
Schumer,
applause.
hey.
yeah, I was expecting like the '90s sitcom music to come in, like, oh
Yeah.
guys, Amy Schumer is here.
She comes through the
Yay.
door like
It's me.
it's me.
I'm like, all
Special
right,
episode.
And I can already see this conversation happening in whichever episode's going to be. Whenever Oliver wants to talk to her about the potential of the show, they're going to be so meta with that conversation. Like, oh, can you imagine a season? Well, they already said they're going to be season 3 of the show already. For if you didn't guys to know that, so
yeah,
there's
Mhm.
going
no,
to
they
be
renewed it already.
murders.
Yeah.
So they're gonna make jokes like, "Oh my god, can you imagine we make multiple seasons and we're gonna make a tie-in movie and we're gonna do a spin-off?" And I can already see that conversation happening in the show.
Yeah, because
Amy Schumer's gonna try.
Hulu is not like Netflix where they just cancel whatever show after
No,
one season.
No, they're like, oh, too many people are watching this. Let's give it like 5 seasons.
Yeah.
you're at greenlit 2 seasons more. Like what?
Here's some money. Make it.
Right.
Make
Well,
another season.
they're like, oh, Selena Gomez, Martin Short, and Steve Martin. All right, so we're gonna give you 17 seasons.
Yeah.
Can you
What more
imagine?
mystery can you do?
We get to season 3, it's Vin Diesel. I'm going to solve the murder with family.
Hey, my show.
I swear
That's
to God,
so.
if they do that, I'm like, all right, I'm out.
Vin Diesel plays himself.
You know,
Oh,
when I was on the set of F9, I remembered Paul Walker, and then family came along, and then,
He can have his D&D
oh.
stuff and
you know, I was jealous of Stranger Things for bringing up D&D. Was really jealous.
you know what?
Oh,
I'm not surprised. I am not surprised that he's like not part of that Stranger Things because he's doing all the Fast and Furious stuff, but also just like he would start beefing with everyone on the set like he does with The Rock.
He'd be like,
nah.
"Oh no, Steve Harrington, you're not in the family. Billy, you're not in the family. Hopper, you smoke cigarettes. You're in the family." I'm only going off season 1 and 2, so anybody that has seen season 4, I'm not going to mention characters from that show. Not yet.
who here likes Corona?
So actually,
Uh,
I have 2 questions for you guys.
okay.
So, do we have an idea who's gonna play Charles's dad, or is that not confirmed yet?
I don't know.
Yeah,
He
I
did
don't
not.
know.
I'd have to
I saw the
Google that.
painting.
I don't know.
He didn't look familiar to me, so I have no idea who's gonna play him.
It's a good question.
But I mean, who could play his
Excellent
dad
question.
older than Steve Martin? I have no
Yeah, who could
fucking
play Steve
clue.
Martin's father?
You
I
know
don't
who
know.
could?
Jimmy Fallon. Charles, it's your daddy.
Charles. It's your dad. It's like, oh my
Gonna
god,
laugh.
what is that? I was about to say Stephen King. That's a movie he was in. I'm trying to think of what his name is. I was in a movie with Kevin Spacey about cats, but I can't remember your name.
What Christopher Walken?
There you go. You got it.
There you go.
You got the reference.
He, I don't know. He looked more like
Mm.
See if
I don't know.
there's
I
any kind
couldn't.
of information.
I don't know. His face didn't look familiar to me. I was like, who could be that guy? I don't know. But also like since we already see there's a lot of celebrity guests here, who you guys think is gonna show up in the season? Like, is Billy Crystal gonna show up at some point? He might. I don't know. He's still good friends with Steve. And
Oh, I do want to correct something. It's not Alice that was
oh, was it
Charles's
Alice?
daughter. His daughter's name is Lucy. Correction on that part.
Mm.
I was thinking his ex-wife is called Lisa or something. I was confused, but all right, there you go. Clarifications there. So I guess she's not related to him.
No.
Or
So
is she?
who knows? What are
Mhm.
they gonna pull some Scream shit?
I
I
mean,
was your secret stepdaughter.
I'm not. I won't be surprised if one episode, if he does meet Cara Delevingne at one point, he'll be like, "Huh, my daughter? You knew her this whole time?" I don't know. That could happen. I I don't know, but I have theories that I think Alice. I don't know. She wants something more than just. She wants
Oh
something
yeah.
more with her more than just like, oh, she'd be part of my team of arts. Like
Oh, I,
no,
I, I agree. She's
she wants
definitely
something.
she wants something else.
I don't know.
And I don't know if it's just sliding the DMs, if it's just that. Yeah, I think
Right?
it's multiple things.
I don't know. She's
Um,
plotting something, that's for sure.
yes.
I don't know what it is.
So I don't know. Like, do you guys have a suspect list?
Well, it does
Uh,
actually say love interest.
oh, does it?
It
Well, there you go.
does.
Well, there you
Dang.
go. It was plain obvious.
Okay,
Goodbye,
so
Oscar. Good to have
so
you.
she said, I mean, well, we want to assume that so she's at least either bisexual or pan or something.
Mm-hmm.
I guess if they actually go there. Um,
We'll have to see. I don't know how they're gonna write that. I don't
Uh,
know.
yeah, and it's weird, like you said with Oscar, it's like it's literally like a day or two after, and
right.
yeah,
Well, I guess we're moving on.
he was
They
kind of
mentioned.
traumatized, like I don't want to deal with this, but like I thought they were still on good footing, so it's weird for them
Right.
I mean, they were literally making out like the last scene before they left, and then
Mm.
Yeah,
all right, well, I've got enough dick for now. I'll see you later.
and no one commented on Bunny wearing his jacket. No one mentioned that. Like, oh, why is she wearing his jacket? What the hell happened there? Like,
I wonder if there's like some kind
nothing.
of like behind the scenes drama or something. I
Maybe,
wonder.
maybe I missed some stories that we don't know, but it just seems super odd. Like, just too many things are just
And
left out
even
there.
if he's like, let's say like he was like busy or something, like you at least like recast him and then write him out or something. Like it's just weird for him just
Something.
to be not here. And I don't know if he's in the next episodes or not, but
Mhm.
it is odd, very odd.
It is
Yeah,
very odd. It's
yeah.
like,
It's like
what?
no mentions at all. At least mention him. Like, oh, he's somewhere working. I don't know, he's busy. Something.
Mm,
Not at all. It's like he never existed in the show. It's really odd.
mm.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah,
And
I
then
don't
to
know.
make her the love interest out of nowhere, I don't know. We'll see how that's handled, but I don't know. We'll see about the season. I hope the season works out well. I enjoyed it more than some episodes from last season. I'll tell you that. But
Mm.
I don't
It's
know.
a decent episode.
Yeah,
I'm a little worried. I'm a little skeptical about what
It
it's.
gets
You know,
issues.
yeah.
yeah.
Like,
I think the meta. I think it wasn't bad that it was meta because I watched this twice and I think the second time I liked it more.
Okay.
But I think it was a little too much. Where it's like could have cut some of these.
Yeah. Just I don't know. And then they're
Yeah.
including like so many like celebrity guests. It just feels like it's a show. It's not like the story or the
well,
series. It
come on,
feels
come on
like
now. I
too
know you
weird.
loved Amy Schumer. Come on.
Oh, I love her. Love her. I cannot wait to
Oh,
see.
she's a fabulous comedian. I was laughing out loud. Like,
Ah,
great scene.
best scene was the elevator scene. That was the best part. But I don't know. We'll see. Amy Schumer playing herself. They couldn't do anything special there. So she's playing herself.
I was hoping for a little bit more since, like, I had heard she was on a Hulu show and people seemed to like that one with Michael Cera and
Mhm.
I was a little disappointed. I'm like,
Okay.
so she's just playing herself. Okay.
Mm.
I mean, I did appreciate that she just arrived to the building. Like, it's not like they wrote her in like, oh, she's been living here for all like 10 years. Like, no, she's just a new resident of the building. So I appreciate that. It's not like it just wrote out of nowhere. But I don't know. We'll see how this.
Well,
I'm between her and Michael Rappaport. We'll see how those two are going to work out this show. I'm worried about those two. We'll see.
I can see Henry in the corner going, no, the nightmares I'm gonna have of them. No.
I actually don't hate Amy Schumer like I do Michael Rappaport. Like, she's okay. She can be annoying, but Michael Rappaport is like.
I like Michael. I like him a little bit. He can be a little too out there, but
He's a little much.
he's a little much. But Amy
He
Schumer,
was
man.
definitely hoking it up for the camera. I'm like, okay.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, all right, we get it. You're from New York, dude, but like,
Right.
tone it down just a little bit here. This is the
From the
show.
get go, like all of his sentences are like fuck, fuck, fuck. It's just saying the F word constantly. Go.
That's just how he talks.
Ow.
Every time I've seen him talk,
I was like,
he's like, you fucking piece of shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
Ariana Grande. You're more like Ariana Snobby fucking bitch. He's
Oh
going
yeah,
on.
like
Yeah, he had like a weird rant about that,
weird
which I was
rant.
like,
Oh, I was like, I'm a fan of old Stern, not the new Howard Stern with Bobby Hoover. Blah,
Yeah,
blah,
really?
blah.
yeah, like
What?
this one went to therapy. I don't care about that.
I don't like that. I was like, huh?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Are we putting down somebody for going to therapy?
I was like, he changes the whole content. That sucks. I'm like, okay.
That's right. Yeah. Honestly, for anybody out there, I don't get it. If
It
you
was
don't like
weird.
Howard Stern's new interview style and you don't like that he's getting help, what's your
Oh
fucking
yeah. And then he said like, oh, Baba Booey fixed his fucking teeth. I'm like, good for him. What's that problem? I don't know. His
I don't
rant
know.
was weird.
I don't
His
know.
little rant was a little.
I don't know. It's really common for some reason. It's like people want Howard Stern to be this like gross out comedian that he was back in the day, like still. And it's like, no, he acknowledges that a lot of that was offensive and he can't do that anymore. And I would say that's
People
pretty
evolve.
mature, actually.
Yeah, people changing and
Yeah, like you want to see the same person just be stagnant for years? Like, come on,
for
make them
like a
change.
decade.
Yeah,
You
right.
expect him and Robin to continue to make like racial jokes on that wasn't gonna happen. Like, come on,
Uh,
dude. Come on.
that line felt more like a Michael Rappaport line than a line from the show. That
Mhm.
was weird. I was like, what's up? What? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, yeah. I did feel weird about that being included because I'm like, that's a serious debate that's going on, and I'm like, why is this actually here?
Yeah, and Howard Stern would have been. I don't know if you saw that episode. He was like, what the fuck? You putting my name in there? Like, leave me alone.
Howard's
What I
like,
hear you.
oh well, more clicks for me.
Yeah, well,
Go
that's
to
true.
Sirius
Like,
XM.
Yep.
that was weird. That was
All
weird.
right, yeah, this was a weird episode.
It was. It's a weird start. We'll
Weird start.
see how it
I
goes.
can't wait though.
No, I can't wait. I mean, the ending, left me hanging. I'm like, fuck. I could watch the next episode.
But yes, this was episode 1 of the Michael Rappaport fan podcast.
Number one fan. Yes.
I promise I'm gonna try and not make every episode that.
Oh, man. Jimmy Fallon's safe this season. He hasn't showed up.
So
Yeah,
far.
Safe.
that's
I
right.
don't know. I don't know. James
Yeah.
Court might show up. I don't
Ooh.
Oh
know.
God.
Well,
No,
he's getting free time, man.
I'd rather take Jimmy Fallon. No.
Justice for James Corden.
Hey, James has plenty of time now. He's leaving the late show, so hey, bring him on.
You know, I think we should just petition for Conan O'Brien to be on this show. We should. I
I'll
don't know
be
how it
I'll
would
be
make
cool with
sense,
that.
but
I'll be cool with that. But James
I'm
Corden is a new neighbor. Like, hey guys, no, get out.
now come on, Seb. I know you have that Peter Rabbit Blu-ray in your shelf.
We're gonna do a whole
Oh,
carpool karaoke
karaoke.
episode.
Oh,
Come on, guy. Come on.
And
I
they're
can
gonna be
see that
covered.
happening.
And they're gonna be covers of pop songs from 20 years ago. Not the actual pop songs. They could be covers of the pop songs.
I do love it. James Corden literally made a career out of having said celebrities sing their songs.
Oh my god, what if they do a scene and like,
No.
the podcast gets popular and then they
No.
bring them on to James
No.
Corden's show
No
and do a
way.
carpool karaoke.
No way.
Put all of them together.
You're not predicting the no. No way.
Could happen, man. It could happen. Carpool karaoke with the Only Murders podcast. Let's go. It could
Trying to
happen.
think of a song that they'd have them sing.
Hmm.
God, what would be a song that has to pertain with murder?
Some jazz swing
Only
songs.
birds in the building.
Some
Oh,
Frank Sinatra shit for Steve Martin and Martin Short to sing together. Selena
I'm
Gomez
just-
looking like, what the fuck?
I'm just thinking of the Moon Knight song. Every time I wake up, then I start.
I guess I feel like, well, I don't know. I guess it would have to be a Sting song.
Just be the police music.
Please.
That'd be cool. See, we need to see it to happen then. We need James Corden in the show.
See, we've been needing Sting though for that. I don't think he wants to come back. So far, he's like,
Nah.
all right, yeah, just let Amy Schumer take over. I'm done.
Yeah, it was a fun little show. I'm not coming back. I moved out of the building actually.
This is weird because like I don't know who's gonna be in the show. Like, I guess Bunny's out.
Mhm.
Maybe Charles's ex will show up at some point.
Yeah.
See
That was kind of left up in the air because like maybe she's doing something behind bars to fuck with them.
What
I feel
about
like she
Nathan
has
Lane?
to.
Is Nathan Lane coming back?
Her and the daughter, like, I feel like they would have to show up.
I think so. They would have to.
Definitely.
I
The
think
daughter.
they will.
Well, yeah.
Especially, with how high profile, like you said, how high profile like this case is gonna be, like people are gonna pop out like, oh, they found him for Brazos, the reboot. So it's like, okay, maybe the daughter or the mother, ex-wife or whoever is gonna reach out and be like, are you okay? Or just try to exploit, try to exploit the situation. I mean, depending on if they're
Maybe Charles maybe wants to find them because after maybe if he talks to his dad, they're like, oh shit, I guess I gotta talk to my daughter again. Something.
I gotta actually be a father.
I gotta be a better father than my dad. Damn it.
It's all about
Better.
the family.
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 All right. Well, we'll see y'all next week for the Fast and the Furious podcast where we review the new movie.
The new movie. 2 years.
That's right.
God, what's gonna happen with F10?
F10.
What's gonna
Yeah,
happen with that? Because it looks like Justin Lin left. I don't know what's going on. What's going on with
Apparently Vin Diesel is a dick.
that?
That's not surprising.
Tell me something that's new.
It's like, dang, man. It's like he was like one of the, big directors for this whole series, and you ran him off. It's like, damn.
Yep.
I think really Justin Lin's directing was pretty much the only thing that made that movie F9 even watchable, really.
A little bit. Now that he's gone. Like, I don't know who's directing this new movie. Well, apparently Vin Diesel.
Quentin Tarantino.
I don't know. Vin Diesel's basically directing this movie. I don't know.
Have they even announced the director for that?
I don't know.
It's me. I'm directing my movie.
Oh yeah, I'm directing.
Oh
this.
yeah, it's Vin
fun.
Diesel.
It's my magnum opus. Got the best story.
The penultimate
Yes. The Empire Strikes Back of the
of the Fast Saga.
Oh, sorry, it's FX. Ooh, Jason Momoa. Really?
That's right. It is FX. That's right. I totally forgot about that.
Oh, look, Sean Austin's going to be in the movie. I'm kidding. Jason Statham.
Jason Statham. He's coming back to the movie, really?
Yeah, I mean, the ending would imply that. Oh, sorry, spoilers for F9.
I forgot.
If that fucking matters, really.
Forgot about that movie. It's like it's a blur, just like Mabel. It's all a blur.
As of right now, no, they don't have a new director.
Well, they're still filming. They've been shooting stuff. I've seen Vin Diesel's gram all
Oh
over
no,
X.
somebody named Louis Letter directed The Incredible Hulk 2008. Oh, okay. All right, okay. So this guy has got like
Someone easy for Vin Diesel to control. Okay.
he's done like Clash of the no, we don't talk about that. Now you see me.
Yeah.
Oh, the
That's
Dark
fine.
Crystal though, huh? That was a pretty good show.
Oh, the new one, the series.
That's interesting. It's a very interesting catalog of work here. Unleashed, Transport Films, The Incredible Hulk. Now you see me, and also the Dark Crystal. Wait, what?
The mixed bag. We'll see how he does for this one. I don't know. Should have been Justin Lin, but
Of
Vin
course
Diesel
it should have
fucked
been.
it up.
He also
Yep.
directed that crappy what the hell's his name? Sacha Baron Cohen movie Grimsby.
Oh
That
no!
movie was so bad.
Damn, this dude has a lot of different tastes.
It didn't even put it on his like big front page. They were like, let's just pretend that movie doesn't exist. But I love how they put Clash of Titans as if that was like a great movie. Oh, you know the remake of Clash of the Titans. Bro, that movie sucked. I don't know what you're talking about.
Release the Kraken.
That movie was hot garbage. Don't brag about that movie. That movie was hot garbage and you know it. I mean, it's I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see where the fuck this movie.
We'll see where this podcast goes in the next episode of
We'll
Only
see.
Murders
We'll talk
discussed in
about
this podcast. I guess I'm trying to end the episode now. Seb, is there anywhere anybody can find you?
Yes.
So down here for me. I don't know where you are on the video.
I'm somewhere. I don't know. You can follow me on Instagram at Sebish with 4 eyes, or on Facebook, Sebastian Sierra. My YouTube channel's like it's been dormant, so I'll talk about it later. But you can subscribe to it if you want to. I don't know. I'm not doing shit. I'm too busy.
Too busy.
You can go if you want to. Check out some whole stuff.
Oh, okay. All right.
Get back to it.
Henry-
We'll be back together sometime.
Hopefully, when F10 comes out, we'll come
F10,
together.
2025.
Mm.
Jason Momoa will be on there like, hell yeah!
Woo-ha!
Oh no!
Such a jarring scene in the movie. Hell yeah!
I can see it happening.
Like, what is he, the Hulk? Or sorry, Hulk Hogan?
Then he'll try to kill Vin Diesel, but then any other movie they're gonna barbecue together and like, oh, but you're family, man.
That was the most jarring thing about F9 for me was like, John Cena basically doesn't do anything the whole movie, but he's the villain of the film. He's like,
we're family. I'm a brother.
Oh yes, I'm angry at you, but I'm not going to talk about it.
I drink Corona. He drinks Modelo.
And it's a shame because John Cena is a really good actor, and because of Peacemaker, I've seen Peacemaker, and I'm like, dude, they just didn't give him anything to do. They didn't give him anything to do other than mug at the camera and have no characterization at all. We learned nothing about him, and anything we did learn about him were flashback scenes that were way better done than the actual movie at times. It's really sad. Oh well.
Henry, you want to be found or no?
No, you can find me on the podcast Only Tangents in the Building.
Yes.
So
yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're having
Yeah,
only tangents in this building.
You should just call the show like Only Murders / whatever we want to talk about.
It's the never-ending podcast.
It's the only murders and only things that we talk about in this podcast in the building.
We got flying dog dragons and horses dying and muck.
And Michael Rappaport.
And Michael Rappaport.
Yes. Now we're going to discuss Michael Rappaport for 1 hour. His performance in Spike Lee's Bamboozled was.
Oh man, it's great.
I mean, I'll give him props for the Tribe Called Quest documentary, and
And that's it.
yeah, that's it.
That's
That's
kind
it.
of it. Yeah, and you can find me. I'm Andrew. Steadily Medley over there on Twitch. Steadily Medley on the Facebook page. You can find me. You already found me here, Andrew here. On the only murders on this podcast discussed on this podcast.
Subscribe to the channel.
We also
yes.
have the Interstellar podcast. I got some a little bit coming out soon. A little bit for that. Some stuff.
Ooh.
A little
Secrets.
serious topic. For that. We also have over here, scratch that. Let's talk about this. My friend Alvaro going on over there. We got plenty of stuff there on the Andrew Stidle channel, the YouTube channel. Go check it out. Movie Reviews Podcast. We got about over 100 videos on there. Something
Nice.
for everybody to like.
Damn. Subscribe and check that shit out.
Yeah, for sure.
Word.
All right. I guess we're leaving. All right. See you later.
Bye.